Hey guys, Danny Johnson here, and I thought I'd make a fun video to talk about some of the gruesome discoveries I've found on my Cobra since I've owned it, since like 2013. And so I bought this car to be the low mileage perfect car, nothing wrong with it kind of a thing. I was going to pay what it was worth, not get a project, okay? And that car really has been that for me in the long run. It's a beautiful car. There's really nothing wrong with it. Clean title, no accidents, anything like that. So I did find a few small things that is normal to find on whatever car you have. If it's used, you could even have a car that was slightly used and still find something on it. So anyway, I just want to talk about some of the things I found. Okay, so I was looking over the car. I saw it had a Gord's heat exchanger, dual pass, twin fan, awesome heat exchanger on it. I was really excited about. And I just assumed when I heard the car's fan running that they were on. But what I just found out yesterday is that these fans are not hooked up yet. So I was under here looking around at an intercooler pump for my friend to see, just to verify which way the flow goes and that kind of thing. And the next thing I know, I looked up in here to where the wiring harness appeared to disappear into the bumper, and it's just tucked in there. And I looked over and found the ends to the heat exchanger fans. So they've never been plugged in, they've never worked. And so the heat exchanger itself has done good just being upgraded and dual pass and that kind of thing. I don't even think the stock one has fans on it. So it's not a big deal, but it was just one of those things like, wait a minute, this whole time I've been, having higher intake charge temperatures than I needed to. So I thought that was kind of interesting. Okay, I've always been happy with the interior of this car. It's beautiful. It still looks really nice. In fact, some cars have so much armor all and everything that they shine black. You could tell this almost has that dull factory look to it. So I was really happy with the interior. However, the problem came here with this CD player. I'm a guy who likes a little bit of bass with my music. That's fine. But the mock audio system does just fine. And I wish that the owner would have left the audio system stock on this car. Instead, what he did, which was really weird, I'm driving down the road and I noticed there's nothing coming out of the tweeters. Okay, so when I pull it apart, I find out that what he has done is unplugged all of the factory stuff, because it's a different ohm rating, and basically ran new wires from this head unit to each of the door speakers and put aftermarket speakers in, which are not as good as the mock audio subwoofer speakers, if you're familiar with that. And in the back, he had a whole bunch of amps and all that kind of stuff, which didn't really bother me that much, but it was still just kind of weird. And so I took this out and had to buy the harness that you have to use in order to, use the tweeters and everything like that. But in the end, it was just a weird setup, and I wish he would have just kept the stock audio system. Next, I bought this gauge because I wanted to see how the car was actually running, and I'm glad I did. It turns out that this car was tuned by somebody from Shelby American, I won't say his name, and I went to a few car shows shortly after buying this car back in like 2013, and all of them said the same person had blown their car up. So I started getting nervous, and sure enough, this car is running a lot of timing in the tune. I think I saw it peak at like 23 degrees once, so that tuner was thinking, I'm gonna run a richer air-fuel mixture and then throw more timing at it. That's his strategy. I didn't like it. So the tune on this car, although it runs perfectly, it starts right up, it drives fine, it pulls okay, but I think it could be better if they used a traditional tune strategy. Next, it had a rear seat delete kit. I got that all straightened out. I had the factory seats with it, so there was nothing really wrong with it. That's just kind of how the car came. But the last thing I'll show you is the trunk. Okay, I'm not very proud of the trunk on this car. I need to do something. I want to get like the Mach 1000 10-inch boxes maybe or something to kind of put them up into the corners and make it look nice. But the trunk of this car is not very clean, so it's kind of a sad thing. I kind of stray away from it. I never like to open the trunk if I'm at a car meet or anything like that. Now I installed the MechMan 240 amp alternator. I love it. It's a great alternator. I did the Big 3 upgrade. You may have seen the videos. And so I really like that system. However, when I put the alternator on, I noticed that the bolts from the previous owner were driven in kind of backwards the wrong way. So it was just a little minor detail. It didn't hurt anything. I just had to put them in correctly. But you know, little things like that, that's why I prefer doing my own work, so I know exactly how it was done. But anyway, that was another small detail, was just finding like, wait, what the heck, these bolts are going in the wrong way. Okay, so I installed the MechMan Big 3 and the MechMan alternator, which I really love. But here's the alternator that came off the car. It burned out when I was having some fun with my friend's GTR. But anyway, look what I found on it. Remanufactured. So it already had a bad alternator on it. And this car only has 39,000 miles on it when I got it. It's at about 43 now. But it just shows you these alternators, the stock ones. Even a brand new, per se, remanufactured one had already gone out. So luckily, those are all minor things. The rest of this car I have loved, and it's been everything I've wanted it to be. Low mileage, perfect condition on the exterior and the interior, nice paint, nice clear coat. So it's not that the car was bad or anything, and that's what I was looking for, was a perfect low mileage car, you know, one that didn't have the issues or any of the problems, and it's been good. But of course, you're gonna find a few things along the way. So just wanted to share that, thought it'd be fun. Because a lot of people like to hide the mistakes or the problems with their cars, and this one's minor. I'll probably do another video on the Mach Woman, and that'll be a even bigger video. But anyway, thanks for watching, and put in the comments what you guys have found with your cars or any surprises that you've got along the way. Thanks, guys.